Hello everyone. It's July 17th, 2022, and I'm on the grounds of the Doheny Estate. Last time I was here, it was closed to the public, probably because of the pandemic. But the grounds are open today, so I'm going to show you this park, which is open to the public now. This park closes today at 5 o'clock. And if you look here, you can see there are some people visiting this park here. And this building out here used to be where the park ranger, I think it was a ranger or a park official, they have an outpost there. I don't know if there's anybody on site, but I did a video on this some months ago, the Doheny Mansion, and spoke about its history a little bit. I believe that this mansion currently is on 15 acres of land, which is now a park. And once again, it's open to the public. You can come down here and view this historic site. This home was built in 1928. They've got something going on here, so I'm gonna have to go around this. I don't think I can go through here right now. There was some kind of get-together in that portion of the grounds. And back that way. And they had looked like about 100 children were there. And I didn't want to disrupt that, so I'm going to go down this way and find a way into this. Well, I'm already on the park grounds, of course, which includes this parking lot. And I believe there's some kind of a reservoir underneath this parking lot that provides water for the city of Beverly Hills. This is, of course, is one of the biggest mansions in Beverly Hills. And as long as we're here, we'll go up here and I'll show you. There's mini gardens here. All of this was built in 1928. And I'm going to put a link in the description of this video because there was a very famous murder that occurred at the Doheny Mansion. It was built in 1928, and in 1929, Ned Doheny, who was the son of Doheny, the oil magnate, took possession of the house, and he and his business manager were found both shot and killed. They believe it was a murder-suicide in 1929. I believe it was February of 1929. And I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video, which the link will be to another video on that murder, and it's very well presented and done. So it's a very interesting story. This is like a little niche here, and look at all this stonework. After Ned Doheny's death in 1929, Mrs. Doheny lived here with her children until 1953, and the whole estate was sold off. And she moved next door to a property that she had built called the Knoll, which was occupied at one time by Dino De Laurentiis and also by Kenny Rogers. Here's the house in front of us. And we'll come down this way. There's a little, there's probably a staircase here. Well, there's a walkway that goes up and then a walkway that goes down. But I'm going to approach it from a different angle. So there's the house. It's got a slate roof on it. This property also had its own fire department, and it looks like going across this bridge here is off limits. It's locked. So that, I believe, is the fire department right down there. And there's that little outbuilding right down here. I believe that's the fire department, if I recall correctly. But we'll go down over this way. They had a staff that lived here when the Dohenis were in occupancy. I think the staff was over 20 people, maybe 30, which would included valets, butlers, maids, cooks, gardeners, mechanics for their vehicle. They had a garage with a full-time mechanic and chauffeur. And you can read all about this if you, I'm sure the Doheny Mansion is in Wikipedia, for instance. So we're coming down this way. This home has also been in many movies. You can look that up online. And see about that. But this is one of the driveways here that comes up to the house. And then you come in here to this area. There's a porte cochere right here, and it looks like the home might even be open. Perhaps to the public. We'll find out in 1 second. Well, it is not open to the public, but this is the front door. And there's the second story up there. And you notice the distinctive black and white checkerboard floor. I don't know if that's going to come out. So once you come through this porte cochere, you come into this fountain terminus here. And they've got some kind of a class going on here of some children dancing and such. We'll go down this way. I'm now heading west. go down to the front of the mansion. And here we have a small reflection pond, well, a large reflection pond. And this mansion, by the way, was built of stone. And I forget how thick the walls were, but I think they were about 3 feet wide. This was not built of wood. And of course, once again, you can read all about this on Wikipedia or other sources. The home did have its own bowling alley. And I think I mentioned in my prior video, I once paid a park ranger over 30 years ago, or about 30 years ago. I paid him $20 to allow me access to the house, and I was accompanied by this ranger into the property, and we were able to look around for a good 20 minutes or so. I could have stayed for 3 hours. Let me come up here and see if we can see into the house from this location. So there again, there's the main entrance right there with the staircase. That's where we just were a moment ago. And look at these chimneys up here. That's some fantastic brickwork. And these lamps on the exterior are all around the structure. And these are leaded glass windows here. And we'll look out over the front lawn area of the house, which is several acres in size. And in the distance there, right in the middle of the screen, you should see downtown Los Angeles. Right now I'm walking down the driveway. The house is off to the left. And you can see straight in front of me, in the middle of the screen, there's a fire hydrant. This is one long driveway. And as you come into the property, there is a garage where, as I mentioned earlier, they have a full-time mechanic that would work on the vehicles. Now, this is a good shot of the house here. We're looking up at it. And there it is. Right about the same time this house was built, the silent screen movie star Harold Lloyd built a fantastic mansion of his own. I think it was just a little smaller than this one. And that was on 15 acres and cost several $1,000,000, as did this one, to build. And he lived there until his death in 1971. He had a 9-hole golf course, and the home backed up to the home of Jack Warner. And that home was on, I forget offhand, but it was on about 9 acres, I think. David Geffen bought that house a couple of decades ago or so and paid a very exorbitant amount of money. I want to say it might have been $40 million. But he lives there, I think, to this day. And the Harold Lloyd estate is currently owned by, the name escapes me offhand, but I think it's the guy who owns Food for Less. And he was friends with the Clintons. And that house, the Harold Lloyd estate, was in the movie Westworld with James Brolin and Walter Brennan. What a great job, Walter Brennan. Not Walter Brennan. Yul Brynner. That was one of the best acting jobs. And Richard Benjamin was also in that film. But in that film, the property is shown extensively near the end because that was Roman World. The home of Harold Lloyd was Roman World in the movie Westworld. And so let's make our way back up here to our car. And I'm just making my way up to where my car is parked. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the Doheny Estate in Beverly Hills. And if you'd like to come visit this park, you can do so because it's open to the public now. There's no admission fee. And you can enjoy the grounds. I don't think you can picnic on the front lawn or anything like that. But you could certainly sit in a nice quiet place like this, right on a wall, and enjoy a sandwich and a beverage, and I don't think anybody's going to say anything to you.